Hi guys, Mr. Matt here. I'm at school today doing a little bit of work and I'm going to put together another art project for you. I thought when we explored with no-tan art this idea of harmony between darks and lights, I found some other images online that we can create an art project that kind of plays with that idea. Um, so it has to do with the concept of positive and negative space. Lots of times when we draw, we're focused on the space inside the focal point or the shape, the subject of the artwork. But you can create really cool artwork by really drawing in the negative space. And by doing that, you'll create the shape of the subject by, by drawing or shading or coloring in the negative space. So it also deals with this idea of implied line. Instead of the line being a drawn line, the line is made by coloring in the negative space. So that's what we're going to work on. I'm going to do, well, the project is about creating animals, drawing animals in this way, and all the instructions will be in the Word doc, as always. But I'm going to work on a loon, which if you don't know, these are birds that live in like remote lakes and ponds. The Adirondacks is known for them. So, and they make a really cool vocalization, the sound they make. So I included a link to a video where you can see some loons and hear some loons, really cool birds, and that's what's going to be the subject of my artwork. So I'm going to change views, zoom in on the paper, and show you how I get started. Okay, so a small piece, 9 by 12 white drawing paper and a pencil to start with, and I have this image of the loon is going to be my reference. So I'm going to start with the loon's head here, which is a curve. And then this beak comes out and down. It kind of does this. Alright, and this part underneath that, a little bit of a bump and then kind of slopes down to a neck, which is going to do this curve that goes like this. And then right about here, if I do a line straight down from where that beak connects, that's where it hits the water line right there. So the back of the head, I think I need to elongate this a little bit. Yeah. Like that. So we start in pencil. That's going to come down here. And we have this part of the body. Just going to come up and out. This kind of gets straight and goes down. There's a little bit of a thing that comes like that, down to that. And then this is water. And I want to show where the loon's eye is. The eye is right, let me erase this because that was a mistake. Right here. This does kind of come up and then slope down like that. Thicken this up a little bit. There's kind of where the eye is right there. Okay. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to stop this and then I'll restart and tell you how I would proceed from here. Okay, so now that I've got the basic outline or contour of my subject, the loon, drawn in pencil, I'm going to outline it with black Sharpie. So once I've done that, I'm going to leave this eye, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it later. But what I want to do now is I'm going to shade in the negative space, the space outside of my shape. So I'm just going to do these little scribblies around the outside, and I want to do them so close to each other that it's almost black on the outside. Just making the pen kind of move around here. Being careful not to go inside my shape. So this is the most careful you have to be is next to the edge. We want these to be so close that it pretty much becomes almost solid black there. So I just keep kind of going over. And then what I'm going to do is after I get that done, as I start to go farther away, I'm going to kind of loosen up my marks. Loosen up meaning more space between them. So I want this to fade kind of. So I'm going to add some in here so it's kind of medium scribble. And eventually when you get way out there, there's just a few little scribbles out there. I can go back in and fill in here so it's really dense and dark. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing that all the way around the loon, and then I'll bring it back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. I never knew it would be so fun to just make a bunch of scribbly lines, but it's pretty cool. They're really dense around the contour of the loon, and then they loosen up. And this is where it gets fun, actually, on the edges. You could hide words in there. So I am gonna include a little interior detail. Some of the examples I showed on the Word doc don't do that, but I break rules. So I'm just gonna put the loons have this one of their trademarks is their red eye. So I'm gonna just do this red inside the eye like that, and then I think I'll outline it with black. Stay there. There. And then I would just take an eraser and get rid of any stray pencil lines that you might see inside. Now that all that Sharpie work is done. So you just have a nice clean shape. And I'm pretty happy with that, so I'm going to sign this. Positive negative space drawings. Positive negative space animals. There you have it. Alright guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon.